Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Sam from Historic Travels, wishing all of you a good day. And in case you didn't know, but you probably do know since you clicked on the thumbnail for this video, it is now time for another Historic Travels Mail Time episode. Sorry it's been a while since I've done one of these, guys. I've just been very busy with life and you all know how it is. But hey, I kept all the packages and all the letters that I got through my P.O Box through all this time. And hey, it is now time to do another mail time. So hey, sit back and enjoy the show. And if any of you out there would like to send me something to show on another Historic Travels Mail Time episode, I will include the address that you need to send all that stuff to in the description below. Guys, thank you all so much for all the mail. I mean, listen, without the support of each and every single one of you, I wouldn't be able to do this as a job. So guys, just thank you. All right, well, hey, with that out of the way, let's open up some Historic Travels mail. Our first package is from Olivia. Hi, Olivia. Hope you're doing well. And Olivia sent a box with a lot of packaging. Wow. And underneath all the packaging is a bag. And okay, so this is super cool. I think Olivia said that these are from a Titanic museum, I think. Wow, these are really cool, Olivia. Olivia, thanks so much for these. These are awesome. So Olivia sent a Titanic Travel Mug. This is awesome. Olivia, thank you so much. I'm going to use this often. And Olivia also sent, okay, this is cool. It's a little snow globe with the Titanic in it. Olivia, that is absolutely adorable. And it looks like it's been hand painted. Was this hand painted? It's so cute. Wow, this is really cool. Olivia, thank you so much for this. And you know what I'm gonna do? I think this is going in my kitchen, but I think this has a new permanent home right there. What do you think? Can you all see it? I think that looks really good. Olivia, thank you so much for that. I've got a new piece for my set now. Thank you so much for all the support. And hey, thank you for the package. Olivia, thank you. Our next package is from Dan. Dan is from Florida. Hi, Dan. Hope you're doing well. And Dan sent some old school Titanic books. So this is an old copy of A Night to Remember. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. Dan also sent, okay, this is really cool. So this is based, I'm guessing the movie Raise the Titanic is based on a novel. So this is a novel called Raise the Titanic. That is super cool. I didn't even know there was a novel to the movie. So this is really cool. I'm excited to check this out. Now, this right here caught me by surprise. So this book is called The Maiden Voyage, a revealing account of why we should raise the Titanic. Now, I looked at this book, and this book said it was copyright from the 1960s. So, like, is this book like an argument on why the author of this book thinks that we should raise the Titanic? Is that, like, what's the story here? Like, what's the story with this book? I didn't even know that somebody had wrote a book on that topic. This is really cool. This is super, super cool. But hey, yeah, if you know any more about this book, please let me know, because I'm definitely curious about it. But I didn't even know that somebody wrote a book on this topic. But hey, thanks so much, Dan. And I believe Dan sent a letter to, let me see here. Dan says, here we go. Sam, love your channel. Thanks so much, Dan. Have been a Titanic enthusiast since I was a kid, over 60 years. That's awesome. Enclosed are some books for you. I'm pretty sure you have these, but you can add them to your collection. The only one that I had before this was the Old A Night to Remember, but I didn't even know these other two books existed. So Dan, thank you. I had a first edition hardcover copy of A Night to Remember, but for real, the dog ate it. Trust me, I know what that's like. Rosie gets into everything. Ours is Molly, a lot like Rosie. Oh, you mentioned Rosie, that's awesome. Also enclosed are some pictures I took in 1968 and 1969 of the Queen Elizabeth ocean liner in Port Everglades. This was right off Dana Beach. I hope I said that right. Sorry for the poor quality. But that was all I had. Then. Hey, listen, pictures from back then, that's awesome. Thanks so much, man. You could put them together to have a pretty good idea of the whole thing. Really sad story about how that great liner ended up. Keep up the good work and stay well. Dan. That's awesome. Hey, thanks so much for sending me these. And the pictures of the Queen Elizabeth, let me see here. Okay, why are you apologizing for the picture quality? These are so cool. Are these old Polaroids? Oh, okay, guys, check these out. Oh my gosh, Dan, these are awesome. Oh my gosh. So, like, did you take these pictures as the ship was sailing by? Like, oh my, this is so cool. Oh, this is so cool. I could just picture you back then watching this ship sail by. Oh, Dan, thanks so much for sending me these. You really shouldn't have it. Oh my gosh, these are so cool. All right, I'm gonna take care of these. Dan, just thank you so much. This is so cool. I'm mind blown. Dan, thank you. Our next letter is from Heron. Hi, Heron. Hope you're doing well. Heron says, Dear Sam, love your channel. Thanks so much. I am a huge fan since the beginning. That's awesome. I sent you a letter a while ago, but I don't think you received it. Oh, I'm sorry, man. If I missed your letter or if I didn't receive it, I'm sorry to hear that. That makes me sad. Can you please do a video about the General Stockholm? People have been asking me for a video on that ship for a while, so trust me, it's on the list. I will get to it eventually. It was the worst ship disaster in the city of New York. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see here. It was on June 15th, 1904 when it happened. So over 97 years ago, longer than that. It was really the worst disaster in New York, and it's a really sad story. Okay, I'll be sure to check it out, man. Thank you for reminding me about it. Oh, and I hope you will like the cards of a German city of Hamburg. Hamburg is such a beautiful city. I hope you can cover this story. I wish you the best, Heron, from Germany. That's awesome, man. And yes, Heron sent me a bunch of postcards. This is so cool. I cannot wait to tour Germany. It's on my list of places to visit someday. This is so cool. Hey, thanks so much for sending me this letter, man. Thank you so much for the postcards. I will take care of these, and I wish you well, my friend. Our next package is from David. Hi, David. Hope you're doing well. And David sent me a package, and it has a Titanic book in it. This is awesome. Titanic, End of a Dream. I do not have this book. David, thank you. David also sent a letter. David says, Dear Sam, never thought I'd be one to send fan mail to a YouTuber, but here I am. Hey, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. I won't go into too much detail about myself other than that I think we're right around the same age. I was in the single digits when 1997 James Cameron movie came out, a lot like me, which introduced me to the Titanic. Since then, I guess you can say I'm a bit of a Titanic history buff. I was a kid and I had that sinking model ship that I did a video on a while back. Thanks so much. Still have it, may I add. Man, you're lucky. I got no idea what happened to mine. And the Titanic Adventure Out of Time game, even though at the time I didn't understand half of what I was doing. Listen, that game was tough back then. And I've told this story before, but Titanic Adventure Out of Time was a computer game from the 1990s, and I played it back then too. It was literally the only computer game you could play on the Titanic back then. There was that Titanic simulator game too, but it didn't really count as a game. Well, it was like a interactive movie thing for the James Cameron film, but not really a game. But yeah, Titanic Adventure Out of Time was the only true Titanic game at the time period that I was aware of. Fun for the time, but too difficult for a kid. Anyway, since I backed the Titanic Honor and Glory project, I watch a good chunk of their videos and Tom Linsky stuff as well. That's awesome. I guess YouTube algorithm thought I would want to watch your content, and I was right. Thanks so much, man. I super appreciate it. Keep up the fantastic work, good sir. Sincerely yours, David. Or, wait, David, yeah. Thanks so much, man. Hey, thank you so much for the book. I super appreciate it, and it's awesome to meet another Titanic fan that's roughly the same age as me, so, hey, thanks so much, man. Thank you so much for all the support, and I wish you well, my friend. Our next letter is from Russell. Hi, Russell. Hope you're doing well. Russell says, Hey, Sam. Hey, Russell. I'm enjoying your videos. They're really interesting and informative. I hope to see your subs and views both going up, as they certainly deserve to. That's awesome, man. Thank you. I'm writing this because you get far too many posts on your videos to have time to see them all, so I have a question about the sinking of the Titanic I bet you'd have an opinion on. All right, let's do this. Time to put on the thinking cap. I cannot believe I just did that. What if after the sinking of the iceberg, what if after striking the iceberg and identifying the damage, Captain Smith had full reversed the engines and had the ship circle in the direction that would have tended to have the damaged area of the hull in the resulting wake? Would this have been enough to greatly slow the inflow of water and help keep the ship afloat longer? Perhaps enough that so many more could have been saved. Certainly anyone jumping off the ship while this was being done would have been a goner, but there might have been far less reason for anyone to leave the ship at this point. If it was not taking on water so quickly, and help might have been able to reach in time. The forward part of the ship, swinging the circle away from the damage, would have been creating a pretty good wake, as it did. So I wonder if this would have had an effect. So here, okay, so I think I kind of understand where you're coming from. I think what you're trying to say is that if they would have run the Titanic's engines in reverse after it hit the iceberg, would that have raised the bow up a little bit and kept, maybe made a little bit less water pressure on the damaged parts of the hull, or maybe lift them up out of the hull? Well, the problem with that is the iceberg damage was so deep underwater. I mean, we're talking about right along the hull, where Boiler Room 6 was and all the cargo holds. So even if the Titanic had been moving in reverse, it wouldn't, the ship's engines wouldn't have been strong enough to actually try to lift the bow up enough to really make a difference on the incoming water. You know what I mean? Like the water pressure. And the water would have still been coming in fast. And no, that really wouldn't have made a difference. And the other problem with that is, think about how much fuel it takes to run a ship's engines, you know, or how much steam, I should say. So all the firemen would have had to have been working so hard to keep the steam up, to run the Titanic's engines in reverse. And if the ship is moving, you can't launch lifeboats, you know, because like that was a big thing with the Lusitania. And look at what happened to the Britannic when it tried to launch some lifeboats. Now, granted, in a backward scenario, those lifeboats wouldn't get sucked into the propellers, but still, if the Titanic was like going in circles, going around, they were trying to launch lifeboats, you can't do that. You know, I mean, it'd be incredibly risky to the lifeboats, and a lot of those lifeboats would most likely be destroyed when they tried to touch the water. So, interesting idea. I get where you're coming from, but no, I don't think that would be the right thing to do. If anything, I think that would have hindered the evacuation while causing the Titanic to sink more or less the same. Does that make sense? Yeah, but hey, thank you for the question, by the way, and thank you for the letter. That was a very good, challenging question. I had to think about that for a minute. But hey, thanks so much for the letter. Wish you well, man. Our next letter is from Eric. Hi, Eric. Hope you're doing well. Eric says, as soon as I get the letter open, hey, Sam. Hey, Eric. My name is Eric. I'm a huge fan of your channel, and I would have left a comment, but I like old-fashioned letters. That's awesome, man. You've got some pretty killer handwriting, gotta say. Makes me feel like I'm living in the past. Amen. Keep up the great work. I really enjoy that you have so much passion for all the things that float. Thanks, man. I have found your channel when I got a fungus infection. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, man. I hope you're doing better. In my lungs called blastomycosis. Oh my gosh, what is that? It took 10 months, but I'm fully recovered. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it, man. Your channel helped me during that difficult time. That was back when you only had 2,000 subs. Wow, you were there in the beginning, man. Hey, thank you so much, and I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm so happy that you keep doing something you enjoy and that your channel has grown so much. You have a sub for life. Thanks so much, man. Thanks again for helping me get through the rough patch in my life. Keep up the great work. You're a fan. Listen, man, thank you so much. Those kind words mean more than you know, and I'm really glad you're feeling better, man. I don't know the full extent of what you went through with that, but it sounds terrible. So, hey, I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm glad that my videos were able to help you out through that difficult time. And hey, listen, keep up the good work. Thanks for being a fan, and I wish you well, my friend. Our next letter is from Cooper. Hi, Cooper. Hope you're doing well. And hey, Cooper, if you're watching this video, guess what? I mentioned your letter in my last week's live stream. So if you would like to go and see that, be sure you go back to last week's live stream. I did talk about it on there. But Cooper sent me an awesome letter, and he is an artist. Like, he has some drawings and stuff that he did on here, and it's awesome. Look what he put on my on the envelope. He put a little Titanic ship that says Historic Travels. That's awesome. Cooper, thank you for that. Cooper's letter says, hi, Sam. Hi, Cooper. My name is Cooper. I am 12 years old. Listen, you all just have no idea how much it means to me that so many of the next generation, you know, like these ships and are interested in learning about this history. I mean, that means that the story of the Titanic and all these ships are going to be passed on for future generations. So it makes me happy when someone who's younger likes my stuff. So Cooper, thank you. And thanks for being a future maritime historian, Cooper. I live in a small town in Kansas called Fulton. I think I said that right. That's awesome. I found your channel about a month ago, and I came to your channel knowing about the Titanic, the Britannic, and the Olympic, and now since watching your videos, I know about the Costa Concordia, the Empress of Ireland, the Carpathia. 2 years in a row now, I was lit of the Titanic for Halloween. That's awesome. You should watch my sister's channel. She made a Titanic Halloween costume. I took a passion for the ship, and let's see. I know you have a list of video ideas longer than the Titanic, that's for sure, but I would love to see a video about the engineers on the Titanic because I live in an area near Branson. Well, listen, just so you know, I did do a video on the engineers of the Titanic. It's an old video, and I do need to update it, but I believe the video is called, like, Where the Final Battle of Titanic Took Place. I believe that's what I did. Now, I haven't made any videos about, like, the crew that were in the engine room. But I did a video talking about, you know, Boiler Room 5, Boiler Room 6, the firemen, the boilers, and I count all of them as engine room workers, you know. They were literally powering the Titanic's engine, so I count all of them as part of the engine crew. But yeah, if you would like to watch that video, as I said, it's an older video and it's on my channel. But if you all would like a dedicated video on just the engineers who were in the engine room and what they did specifically throughout the sinking, let me know in the comments below. I would be happy to do a video on that topic someday. Anyway, hey Cooper, thank you so much for this letter. I super appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see about making a video on that topic. And Cooper even has a few more drawings on here. Cooper, you are an awesome artist. Thank you so much for this. This is awesome. Thank you for the letter. And hey, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate all of your support. Now, I don't have the package anymore. I took this out a long time ago. But since my last mail time episode, I received another lamp from Cringy. That's his online name. Cringy, thanks so much for the other lamp. And Cringy also sent a letter. Cringy says, hey Sam, hey Cringy, how are you doing? I hope you're doing mighty fine. I'm doing very well. Let's see. Yep, air in my lungs, heart beating. Yeah, good day. Hope you're doing well, Cringy. Well, I sent the lamp as a funny joke and for it to be a cool thing in your background. But seriously, I love your content. And I also threw in a $25 Starbucks gift card. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. By the way, my real name is Pavel. Oh, okay. Well, hey, nice to meet you, man. Which originated from Russia. You can refer to me as Paul or Cringy smiley face. Thanks, Cringy. Oh, no. He put okay, so check it out. So the letter is in big print, but down here in the bottom is a bunch of tiny small print, and I have a bad feeling about this, but I'm gonna read it. I get the feeling this is gonna be a troll comment. Just a feeling. P.S. The Titanic's bow was lit on fire and destroyed the bottom hull, and it was sinking slowly as soon as it got into the water. Plus, during its voyage, a cursed mummy in the storage made adequate zombies and sharks come out of the water and chip away at the hull. On the night of April the 14th at 11:40 p.m., the two crow's nest crews spotted a kraken coming to attack the ship. It proceeded to V-break the ship, and it sank in a span of 56 minutes, but luckily everybody survived since a solar flare from the sun heated up the shallow waters. It scared away the kraken, the sharks, and the aquatic zombies. That everybody on board swam to safety in New York, and everybody arrived safe inside New York. Paul, I applaud your creativity, man. Everybody watching this, if you're watching this on the premiere and you're watching this live, give Cringy or Paul a round of applause. If you would like to see the whole story, there it is right there. I hope the camera captures it right, but A+ for creativity, man. And thank you for the lamp, and thank you for the Starbucks gift card. I super appreciate it. Our next package is from Kat. Hi, Kat. Hope you're doing well. And Kat sent me... Wow, this looks like really nice packaging. Wow, this is super cool. Kat, what the heck did you send me? Now, in case y'all don't know this, Kat is a frequent watcher of my channel, and she is in my Discord server. Her name is Cold Night. And she's also the one who sent me that awesome historic travel sign there in the background. Kat, thank you for that. What did you do? Kat, are you serious? Kat, so in case, okay, so a little bit of a backstory in case you don't watch my live streams, but Kat started making these jokes. Like, I told some people on there that I work in a store, like I sell stuff. And before I clarified exactly what it was, and for those of you who don't know, I work in a cell phone store as a part-time job on top of you doing YouTube. But before I said that, Kat assumed that I worked selling Tupperware. Now, she was just joking, but still, she's like, oh, you're a Tupperware salesman. I'm like, no, I'm not. But anyway, she just went with it. It became kind of a meme on my channel, just like the whole lamp thing did. And on that note, in this very nice bag, she sent me a Tupperware lid. She legit sent me a Tupperware. Actually says Tupperware there. Kat, thank you. I cannot believe you mailed me a Tupperware lid. And per your letter, you said on the letter, don't lose this from Kat. Okay, Kat, I won't lose this. This will stay in my kitchen, and I'm sure I can find a use for it. So thanks for the Tupperware lid. Kat, thank you. You're a mess, and thank you so much for all the support. Our next letter is from Steve. Hi, Steve. I hope you're doing well. Steve says, hi, Sam. I hope you and your viewers will find the enclosed of interest. I don't know if you're aware of the medal, but this is a replica of one that was presented to the officers and crew of the Carpathia for their efforts in saving the Titanic passengers. Genuine medals rarely come to market, and when they do, they sell for many thousands of dollars, I'm sure. This is so cool. So it's an actual replica of the medal that the crew and the officers of the crew of the Carpathia got for helping with the Titanic. This is so cool. Steve, just, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is Steve, thank you. 320 medals were awarded to the crew of the Carpathia presenting the rescue. 14 of which were gold, 110 were silver, 180 were made of bronze, depending on the rating of the crew. The medals were produced by Diggs and Clust of New York, the reverse bearing their mark. The survivors of the Titanic created a group to fund alongside the U.S. government and raised $5,000 to purchase the medals to be given to the crew of the Carpathia and a silver cup to the captain. Was that $5,000 in 1912 currency? I mean, if so, the cost of inflation and everything. I mean, how much is that worth today? That's insane. On the 29th of May 1912, many of the Titanic survivors gathered in the ship's saloon to pay tribute to the heroic efforts of the SS Carpathia. About 250 to 320 crew were present to accept the medals in person. The other 70 were mailed to the recipient. The silver cup was presented by Molly Brown, aka the unsinkable Molly Brown, and Captain Rostron handed each of his crew their medals while the purser read their names aloud. That's awesome. Captain Rostron said he gave out the medals. Without an eager and brave crew, I would not... Oh, Captain Rostron said this as he gave out the medals. Without an eager and brave crew, I would feel that there would have been no rescue at all. And while I thank the committee for the cup and their praise for me and my officers, I want to thank every man and woman in my crew for their gallant and fine conduct under the most difficult conditions. I'm humbly proud of every man and woman in this ship's company. Also enclosed is the first day cover for a set of great liner stamps and a postcard, a very old one. Okay, so this is really cool. So it's a bunch of postcards and post stamps for all these famous ocean liners. This is so cool. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's like an envelope and it's got all the stuff in it. That is awesome. Steve, thank you. This is awesome. And what's this postcard of? What is this? Oh my. No! Well, this looks like a canard ship, a two-stacker canard ship. Oh, what the? It's postmarked from Liverpool. 1905? Am I reading that right? 1905? This postcard's from 1905? And it looks this good. Steve! Like, don't get me wrong, this is cool. This is awesome, but what? This postcard is from 1905? How did you, like, where'd you find this? And just, thanks, man. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna treasure this. This is, I can't put it into words. This is just like those Queen Mary or the Queen Elizabeth pictures I got earlier. I can't put into words how I feel right now. Steve, just thanks, man. This is unbelievable. Thank you so much for sending me this. I will treasure this. Just thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, and I hope you're doing well, my friend. Just thank you. Our last package of the evening comes from John. Hi, John. I hope you're doing well. And John sent this incredible Titanic sign. John, this sign is absolutely incredible. I love the build quality of it. I really like this picture of the Titanic here as well. Titanic, largest ocean liner, world's largest ocean liner from Southampton to New York, departs April 10th, 1912. This is so cool. I also like the art style with the Titanic here. I mean, it looks like the ship and it's accurate, but there's something a little different to the art style about it. I can't really explain it, but it looks a little bit different, but hey, I like it. Anyway, hey, John, thanks so much for sending me this. I really appreciate it, man, and thank you so much for all the support. I hope you're doing well, my friend. All right, everybody. Well, hey, that's it for this episode of Historic Travels Mail Time. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure you leave a like. Be sure to subscribe. And if any of you out there would like to send me something to review on one of my Historic Travels Mail Time episodes, I will include the address that you need to send all that stuff to in the description below. So, hey, thank you so much for all the support, and I look forward to seeing what you guys send. Doing these Mail Time episodes is seriously a ton of fun, and I have absolutely so much fun doing them. So, guys, hey, thank you all so much for all the support. All right, everybody. Well, hey, you all stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everybody.